That's how we roll here, Meredith. It's fun to have you, though.
Thank you for having me. I guess Jessica has to go on a work event, and then I get to be a guest.
Yeah, we guest host today, Meredith Kaufman, who has been on the podcast before. Meredith, of course, you cover all things CPG for newhope.com, and you work really closely. We work on the NEXTY Awards together, and it's just nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be back. And you're just recently back from vacation. So how was Spain?
I am. It was great. I'm still a little bit on the wake up at 4 a.m., start working at 4:30, ready for dinner at 3, bed by 4:30 again. So it's a jet lagged ride, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, when I saw you yesterday, I said you had a Spanish glow and you said you got salmonella. So
yeah, it was there were high points and low points on the trip.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
Yes, it is very difficult to be in Spain and not be able to drink wine for a couple of weeks. But
I can imagine.
I'm trying to make up for it.
This is The Naturalist. In every episode, we're covering the products, ideas, and trends that are shaping the CPG industry.
Or that we just really like.
I am so excited. Meredith and I have been working really closely on bringing the NEXTY Awards to Newtopia Now. So we did it last year. Last year was very small. It's going to be very small this year too, but there's some changes, right? So last year what we did is, of course, we had 4 neighborhoods at the show last year. We chose one emerging brand from each of those neighborhoods to become an automatic NEXTY Awards finalist. And then they went on to compete in the Expo West NEXTY Awards. They got all the benefits of being a finalist. They were in the showcase at Expo West. They got were in NFM. They were on newhope.com. All the publicity that comes with it. And then they went into their separate categories to compete in the NEXTY Awards for Expo West. And one of those brands actually took home the top award. That was Paioa, that fantastic frozen pizza brand. So that was really fun that they ended up winning at Expo West.
That miso pizza was fantastic.
Miso eggplant, yeah. And of course, at Newtopia last year, they were on the tip of everybody's tongue. Everybody talks about Paioa. So it was fun to see them go on to be at Expo West and to win.
Yeah.
But Meredith, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing this year for the NEXTYs at Newtopia?
Yes. So we are super excited to unleash the second edition of the Newtopia Now NEXTY Awards. And I think it's going to be even bigger, even better. And it's going to bring even more visibility to just all the emerging brands that are exhibiting at Newtopia. So really the gist of what we're going to do, and I think what we're really excited to announce, is that we have a brand new Newtopia Now category for the NEXTY Awards this year. And it's going to compete as its own standalone category at Expo West. So how that's going to work, we're going to choose about 8 to 10 finalists from 2 from the categories of food, beverages, supplements, and personal care and beauty.
The main thing is that, there are so many fantastic emerging brands in Newtopia Now. So Meredith and I have been getting really excited because we, along with the greater kind of editorial team at New Hope, have we have been researching and looking at the exhibitors, really digging deep into their stories, their missions. We've been using Beacon to do that. We've been using the World Wide Web, everyone's favorite tool. We've been really diving in and seen some really, really cool brands. So the NEXTYs is going to be really just an extension of that. We are sending our team out onto the show floor, having researched plenty before we get there, to scour the show floor for those really cool, really innovative, really interesting emerging brands that stand out with those same kind of NEXTY criteria, the innovation, inspiration, integrity.
Yeah. Adrienne, do you want to explain a little bit more about the criteria of the NEXTY Awards? Because I feel like the 3 I's really kind of embodies like the spirit of Newtopia.
Yeah.
Not to put you on the spot, but
No, I mean, I just laugh because I talk about this so much that I feel like people are like, oh my God, not the three eyes again. Well, obviously innovation, I think, is really true to what we see in the natural products industry, what we see at Newtopia Now, especially in a lot of these emerging brands, really innovative, really new concept, new to market ideas. Inspiration, of course, is where did these ideas come from? Are they fulfilling a need in society or in the market at large? What's the inspiration behind them? And then integrity is obviously something we always talk about in New Hope. And that could be packaging integrity, sourcing integrity. Is it organic? Is it regenerative? You know, where did they source from? All of those great things. And we kind of look at all of our NEXTY products on that scale. So I know I talk about this all the time. It's really important, but, we love our NEXTY brand. So I'm just super excited because this really gives us the opportunity to elevate some of those brands that really represent those three eyes that might not be big enough or might not be in the Expo West pipeline yet, but that will be showing at Newtopia Now.
yeah. So I want to talk about how we're going to announce the finalists at the show.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to talk about what are the benefits of being a NEXTY Award finalist, what are the benefits of being a NEXTY Award winner, all that good stuff.
Can I also just say that I just remembered that iced tea exists, and I made iced tea yesterday.
What kind of iced tea are you drinking?
Just black tea. It's the most delicious thing ever. Actually, it's from Republic of Tea, and it is some of the most iced tea is just so good, right? I forgot.
Well, I have my iced matcha right here, and since we're just doing like a brief interlude to talk about our iced beverages, this matcha is actually from a Newtopia Now exhibitor called Botanical Lucidity. And they craft all sorts of like awesome elixirs. And I got a little bit of their matcha the other week. I got to try some in the office, and it just, it also felt like an iced tea day for me. So
is it canned or is it a powder?
No, it's just like it's just a powder, and I have my electric whisk and mix it with some almond milk and some ice cubes and a little Manuka honey.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
I love Botanical Lucidity. That's cool. I mean, I feel like because we've seen so many cool brands, we've obviously talked a lot about them on the podcast. Jessica and I, the last couple of weeks, have done kind of deep dives into some of the trends that we're seeing and looking forward to seeing at Newtopia. But are there any other brands that we should just like give a quick shout out to that have caught our eye? There's so many.
Oh,
I don't want to give anything away.
There's so many. I want to say this, we're totally like ad-libbing this right now, but one brand that I had shared with you yesterday that I'm really excited about, Good Dirt. That's what it's called.
Good Dirt.
It's Good Dirt. Yeah. Okay. So Good Dirt, they are kind of jumping on the probiotic fiber soda trend. But what is really cool about Good Dirt is that they're also infusing it with all sorts of adaptogenic mushrooms. And I am a huge adaptogens fan. So I'm really excited to give that a try.
And we were, of course, talking this morning about this brand I just saw yesterday for the first time called
Browse.
Yes, Browse. So cool. It's this very minimalist design, these German-inspired apple soda, which I love the Appelsatz. I don't know how to say it, that I always get when I'm going through the airport in Germany. It's that kind of fizzy apple soda. And they also have a non-alcoholic malt beer. And the design is just absolutely stunning. So beautiful. So, okay, that was kind of fun. Just a little preview of some of the things that are catching our eyes. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about the NEXTYs. How are we going to announce it, Meredith?
We are going to be having a panel, the NEXTY Big Thing, and this panel is going to be all about innovation in the industry. We are going to bring some natural products experts to the stage, in addition to some members of really like the NEXTY Awards family. Just to kind of have this roundtable discussion about innovation. And at the end, we're going to announce our 8 to 10 finalists. So some of the individuals who are going to be on the panel, we're going to have a NEXTY Award winner and Newtopia Now exhibitor as well. This is Chad and Barney Sturdy Sauce. They were kind of like on the protein train before it blew up to where it is now. So they have shelf-stable pasta sauce with protein.
Well, and their pasta sauce actually won the Nexty Award it wasn't a finalist at Newtopia Now last year, but it won the Nexty Award at Expo West. So that was really cool because we first learned about them at Newtopia Now. And all of the people on this panel, which I'm super excited to participate in, are all former Nexty judges. So we bring in every year for the finals, we bring in retailers, we bring in investors, we bring in all kinds of industry experts. So we've got Scott Dicker from Spins, we've got Brody Burke from Sprouts Farmers Market, Charlie New from Whole Foods. Who else have we got?
Liz Meislick.
Liz Meislick, who is on the investment side, and she is a several times over Nexty judge. And then you mentioned Rhett from Chad and Barney. So it's going to be a fantastic panel just talking about innovation and how the Nexties can be a tool for innovation or a tool for discovering innovation, and how some of these people and these retailers in particular use the tool for product discovery. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. No, following the panel, we're going to announce the finalists. And yeah, I mean, just like any typical Nexty Awards finalist, they're going to get all those benefits I mentioned before. They're going to be in the showcase at Expo West. They'll be in Natural Foods Merchandiser magazine, the Expo West issue, as well as the fall issue. They'll be on newhope.com, all of those great things. So it's exciting. I think it's going to be a really great way to not only just have so much fun and get to uplift some of these really small brands, but also to get those brands in front of some of the retailers and consumers that are out there.
Yeah. So just to flesh out a little bit more of the details, we're going to print these really cool signs for the finalists. They're going to be able to display at their booth on second day of the show? For all the finalists. And then they're also going to get a little sticker or a badge that's going to go next to their product in the marketplace. As you alluded to, we're also going to do brand profiles for the finalists for newhope.com. And as you also mentioned, but I think really it can't be overstated that these are pretty priceless things to get just for being a Nexty Award finalist. A show being featured in the Nexty Award showcase on site at Expo West is huge. The showcase is literally the first thing that people see when they walk in to Expo West. And I mean, people love seeing all the Nexty finalists. Natural Foods Merchandiser, our retailer-facing publication. And these brands are also going to be announced and included in the slideshow at the Expo West Nexty Awards ceremony. Yep. So the visibility that any brand that is a Nexty Award finalist gets is huge. And I should also just add that even submitting a product to the Nexty Awards is really great for brand visibility, because these products are judged in front of the New Hope team of experts. And so we're always kind of sourcing new products to be writing about, new trends, things that capture our eye. We're kind of sourcing that material year round. And then the experts that we bring in from the industry outside of New Hope that also see these products and get really excited about them. I mean, really can't be overstated.
God, Meredith, I love your
awesome
enthusiasm. It's my favorite topic.
I feel like I need a little t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, we do have Nexty t-shirts. I'm going to get you one from the archives. Just shifting gears a little bit, Meredith, you've obviously been doing a lot of fantastic coverage on newhope.com of brands that are going to be at Newtopia. You've done lots of galleries and listicles on different topics, beverages and probiotics. And I know that I'm forgetting globally inspired foods. I'm forgetting a million of them, but so many great pieces of content that can really help show people what to look for at Newtopia Now. And one of the newest ones that came out is a gallery of meat products. And meat is obviously one of those things that we've really seen rising in the last couple of years, clean, natural, well-sourced meat products, meat snacks, of course, go hand in hand with that protein craze. So you want to talk just quickly about that gallery and, what you're finding as you're looking at some of those exhibitors and what's out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so as you kind of alluded to, there's kind of been this resurgence of consumers that are actually looking to incorporate their protein from animal sources. But I think this time around, people are really focused on like high quality meat. They want sustainable sourcing stories. They want to know that the animals lived a good life. And so we're seeing a number of exhibitors that are starting to sign up for Newtopia that are really focused on like these better supply chains. One brand that I'm really excited about is called Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed.
Oh, I love this brand.
Yeah, and they're a company that is doing like all regenerative beef, which is awesome. And what else is really cool about this brand is rather than just doing like one thing like steaks, they are literally doing like nose to tail offerings. So they have organ meat, they have beef tallow, they have ground beef, they have steaks. I think it's just really exciting to see regenerative agriculture become more mainstream. And I hope that I'll get to try some of their products because it sounds really tasty.
Yeah, and I feel like they were definitely one of the kind of early pioneers of regenerative meat. He has a really cool story about how he got into that I think is probably in the newhope.com archives from a couple of years ago. It was one of the first stories I wrote for New Hope when I started here.
Oh,
but
cool.
I'll scratch it up and
find it
to you.
Yeah. Another brand that I'm excited about is called Crossover Meats. And this is kind of an interesting take on sustainability because this brand is creating patties that are from beef, lamb, and pork, but they're then blending that meat with chicken meat. So essentially it has like an all meat flavor profile, but I believe they use 2/3 chicken breast, which is essentially creating a product that's like a little more affordable because poultry is cheaper to produce. And also like poultry does have lower greenhouse gas emissions than beef and other like red meats out there. And so their belief is just that they can create meat that's like a blend and therefore a little bit better for the environment and a little bit friendlier on shoppers' wallets. So
and a little bit healthier too, probably.
Yeah, that's also
don't
a good
quote
point.
me on that.
Like lean protein. Yeah, and then just to mention like a couple others, I mean, the jerky trend is going nowhere, but one thing that is also exciting to see
when you say going
show.
nowhere, you mean it's going everywhere? Like it's not going away?
Yes. I mean, it's here to stay. So there is a company called Biltong Depot that's going to be exhibiting at Newtopia. Biltong is South African. It's actually not jerky because it's air dried. So that is their own take. And I have tried Biltong. It's like really tender. It doesn't really taste like beef jerky. So that'll be another really good one.
Cool. Well, I certainly look forward to trying all those. I have been reading all your galleries in preparation for the show. And feel free to send us some more suggestions, people. Send them in to thenaturalist@newhope.com. Drop them in the things and the places and the chats and the social media.
Yeah, I should add one more thing, Adrienne.
And rate and subscribe, right, Maddie?
Rate and subscribe.
You're really killing this.
As we are sourcing more brands that we should be looking at for the Newtopia NEXTY Awards, like we want to hear from people in the public, exhibitors. We want to hear from people who are going to be at the show. What are some amazing brands that we should really be focused on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please get in touch with us. Tell us all the awesome brands that'll be there, and we can't wait to try them
using all of the aforementioned channels. Killing it. All right. Well, thanks so much for being here today, Meredith.